A lot of teams have been struggling with injury. A lot of teams hobbling into the holidays, literally looking like the guy from Monty Python and the Holy Grail saying, it was merely just a flesh wound, that guy, that guy. But fortunately, the Patriots really have done well in that department. Obviously, there's been some not ideal injuries. We look at Milton Williams and we look at Ramondre Stevenson being out, Kayshon Boutte being out. But besides that, it's been all right. It's been okay. They've been very fortunate. But going into this week against the Bengals, they have just got a double dose of great injury news. And we're going to talk about it. My name is Aaron on the Daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. All you got to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, and guys and gals, hit the like button for goodness sakes. Let's jump into it. Mike Vrabel talking about Ramondre Stevenson we'll talk about first. He said there wasn't many restrictions this week. Ramondre, responded well to the practice. I would say that as long as we don't have any setbacks, that he'd be back in line to play. That is huge for this team. Again, Travion has stepped into that role and has done a great job for this rushing attack. But let's be honest, the depth when it comes into the rushing attack has not been there. To have two running backs that can both be really versatile and dangerous on the field, regardless who is out there, will be huge for this offense and only help moving forward. That's one huge thing when we look at Ramondre. And as well, I think one of the biggest issues we can agree is the short down situation. Ramondre, I would say, is much more capable of getting that yard than I feel like there's been situations when Henderson got stuffed, was not ideal. So moving forward, huge for the Patriots, and obviously trending in a direction that he is going to be playing. As well, we look at one of my favorite guys on this team, Kayshon Boutte, BTB, Booty Call, trending towards being back, should be back Sunday. I'm going to say will be back, guarantee it. And so a lot of people have said, listen, this wide receiver room it's been great. Mac Hollins has stepped up. Stephon has done everything he's needed to do. Pop has stepped up. Again, we even saw a big play from Kyle Williams, which we hope to see more. And so a lot of people on the receiving side of the ball, specifically in that wide receiver room, really stepped up in Kayshon Boutte's absence. But we know the vertical threat he is, the connection he has with Drake May, so it's good to have him back offensively. Things are going to start clicking even more, and I'm telling you, man, Josh McDaniels, Drake May, this offense is dangerous, and it's about to get back to full capacity and be even more dangerous. Have mercy. So two guys coming back, double dose of great news coming from the injury report. As well, Harold Landry, quote unquote, questionable, but the past two practices, he's been a full participant. And then you look down the list as well, many more full participants. And again, you look at certain teams and they have been absolutely decimated by injury. It's been rough. You look at the Bengals and it just shows when you lose a quarterback. Now, I will say Joe Flacco has came in and done a decent job with what he has when players aren't getting hurt and when players aren't spitting on other players. And, sorry, I try to say that casually without laughing. I couldn't keep a straight face. Beside the point, the Patriots really have made it through, 11 games, really, and not even having a bye week, and have been very fortunate with having minimal, for the most part, injuries. Now, granted, you have Lan Larson that was, out for the year. You have Lamp, who was out the year, fullback. But then, obviously, Westover stepped up. You have Antonio Gibson. So there sure were other injuries. But again, I think as the season started, there's been, other teams that have really, really dealt with it. So comment below. Tell me what you think. What do you expect? Here's my question. What do you expect to see from Ramondre and Kayshon Boutte going into this game against the Bengals? Stats, I don't care. Comment below. Drop it below. Would love to hear from you. But I'm excited that they are trending in that direction, and it is very, very, very incredibly likely they're going to be playing Sunday. So that is good news. Next up, Brandon Cooks. And I'm going to just say this. I know that everyone here should know my stance when it comes to the wide receiver room. I'm very comfortable with it right now. I really like it. I don't feel like there needs to be much, if anything, added to it. Granted, you want to throw, Efton Chisholm hasn't even seen the field and caught a pass as a wide receiver. He's done kick return, but he has not been on the field for wide receiver. Kyle Williams has yet to really open up into the potential we know he has. And then everyone else has really stepped up, like I said, especially in Kayshon Boutte's absence. So when it comes to wide receiver, I really don't think that we need another one. I just don't see it. Especially Brandon Cook, who, asked for his release from the Saints because the Saints aren't, any good. I don't know. I don't know if that's a need for the Patriots. But that's the thing. Every time a wide receiver comes up, it's like the Patriots are thrown in. Well, their wide receiver room wasn't good in 2024. Okay, well, we'll throw them in there because we can talk about them. I don't see it. What do you think? Comment below. I just thought I'd bring it up. Brandon Cooks. I'll take a pass on it. That's all I gotta say. I'll take a pass. Not crazy about it. Not going buck wild on it. I think he'll end up getting scooped up by someone else who's in desperate need of a wide receiver, and I think there's a handful of teams that are, but I do not think the Patriots are even high on that list of being desperate for a wide receiver. So comment below. Tell me what you think. Brandon Cooks. I'll pass. Last but not least, we got to talk Drake May, because Drake May is just he's just going on a generational run. That's one of the best things we can say. So best passer rating versus the blitz this season, minimum 50 attempts. Drake May, head and shoulders above the rest. And those are among names like Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love. Granted, I know Drake May has been sacked a lot. We see the stats. We watch the games. We've seen that. Yes. And he's even said he stays in the pocket a little too long. But the man can scramble. The man can. Last year, when Jacoby left, or when they benched him and threw in Drake May, it was night and day difference between him and Drake May in their pocket presence. Drake May had a much, much better pocket presence, and he continues to show that, and that how elite that is and how helpful that is, especially with a line that I would say is significantly better this year. Again, I would tell you, if you're only going to look at one metric when it comes to this offensive line and you just say sacks given up, I think that's not ideal for this line, because there's other stats that you can be looking at that shows that, hey, they're not as bad as you think. And again, Drake May would say, yes, there's plenty of times I've been in the pocket way too long. A lot of those sacks, I'm not saying are just fully on the offensive line. And Drake May agrees with that. But anyways, that's beside the point. With the blitz, passer rating is unreal, through the roof. So what do you think? Drake May, generational run, balling out. Joe Flacco, worst against the blitz. And Joe Burrow trending most likely not to play last I looked. But Joe Flacco, send the blitz, baby. Zach Core, send the blitz. Send them, baby. Send the house. Let them know you're here. But comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Ramondre Stevenson, Kayshon Boutte, Brandon Cooks. Maybe you want them. I don't know. Comment below. Would love to hear from you. Hit the like button on your way out. We'll pop out one video tomorrow. We're going to have predictions, Vegas odds, all that fun stuff. So don't miss out. We'll talk then. Hit the sub button on the way out. That was a long sound. My fault. Hit the like button as well. We'll talk later. Peace.